want to talk about. Basically, I want to talk about a lot of things, but honestly, the best of a conversation that I had with my father last night when we were having dinner. So basically, the dinner we were having dinner, right? And there was this incident that happened in our city. This very unfortunate incident with a minor girl. She was gang raped by a bunch of minor boys in her class. I don't know. So that occurred, right? And it basically shook the city, entire city. Everybody's talking about it, and they will talk about it, for 2 days they will talk about it, and then they will forget about it, because that's, as a society, that is all that we can do. We can mourn, we can leave sad for 2 days, then we have this memory of a goldfish. We forget, oh, we have to do something, right? We have to make a change, and we have to actively, as a society, change this reality that we are living in right now. But we do not do that. What we do is we talk about these things over dinner. Sometimes we don't even talk about. Most of the time we do not even talk about all these kind of things, and we talk about them sometimes with our family. We get the courage to talk about these things, and at the end, nothing useful or nothing useful comes out of this conversation. Really, they do not. I mean, I am an example of that, right? So we were talking about like whatever that happened in the city, right? So I was like, it's very unfortunate that all of this is occurring. I mean, it's so stupid and so cruel that our society has normalized such thing. Like, you know the first response of all the families is to tell their girls, oh, be careful. Now you're not even safe in your classrooms and in your education institutions, and you're just not even safe in your workplace. So just be careful. Do not wear anything provocative. Do not excite men. Do not excite them, and just stay in your lane. Just don't make a sound. Don't be too loud. Don't just exist. If they could make that happen, if they could make all the women of this world disappear as like as per their convenience, when they wanted dishes and food served on their table, they'd magically cast a spell, and the women would be present in front of them, and otherwise they'd be just gone. I'm telling you, the men of this world, they're like this. So anyways, back to the conversation. I took a detour, I can say. So yeah, the conversation was that I was basically saying that, if somebody, like in my extended family, I know of somebody who harassed this girl, right? And I basically said, like, why as a society we entertain him? Like, why is he invited to all these functions? Why is he made part of our family functions and gatherings, and why are we nice to him? Like, he's not a nice human. He's definitely not done such a nice thing, and we as a society should condemn him, right? So that he knows what he did and that he feels sorry about it. But there he is, lavishly living his life, not feeling a thing, and basically blaming everything on the girl, right? If the girl was just there, how could I help myself? Like, that's their excuse, and it's so sad. So I was saying all these things to my father, and he was just like, he was trying to actively change the topic. He was like, I do not want to talk about this. So he called my mother, please get me this other dish or whatever, because we were having dinner, right? So he was basically not comfortable having the conversation. I could see that. So I did not continue the conversation. I was like, nothing can be done, honestly. But then today I was sitting in the balcony and my mother came, right? And she basically said she didn't know that I knew about the incident, so she, shared it with me. And she was basically talking with me, and I was like, what's the problem, mama? Problem. The problem is that we do not do anything about it. We hear about these things and we feel sad, and then we let it go. Like, what have we done as a society to change this? I mean, have we ever, told the men, the boys of a house, that how to behave around a girl, or how to actually, see a girl, or how to touch them? What is a good touch? What is a bad touch? Why the girls are always taught all these things? I mean, I'll tell you one thing, right? We are told, like, do not wear these dresses, do not wear these shorts, or do not show your legs too much, do not show your skin or something like that, because something bad will happen to you, right? So we're told this so much, and in a society, we're living in a society where this is normalized so much that when I actually do wear all these kind of clothes, right, I feel scared. I mean, I'm not supposed to feel that, but I feel scared because I know that what I'm doing is something that can, attract trouble of some sort. I can get catcalled, I can be um, subjected to certain slurs on the street when I walk out of the house. It's something that I anticipate is going to happen, and eventually it does. I mean, that's the sad part, that whatever that we feel can happen actually happens in this country. That is the saddest part of this story, you know. But I wonder, like, if people, raise their kids, and even if we all as a society told boys, like, to look at the woman in this certain way is wrong, to touch them in this way is wrong, to groping them in the bus, to even anywhere, is wrong, wrong. Like, if we tell them actively that these things are wrong, will they not feel this, this thing when they step out and they actually have this urge, or whatever this man's urge that makes him do everything? Will he not like control that urge, because he will know in his mind that it is wrong? The saddest part is that men do not even think that it is wrong to look at somebody with bad intentions, or to touch somebody without their concern, because without their consent, because they're just simply not told so. There is no education of this sort in our school system. What is the sex education that we have in our school system? It is so diabolical to me that all we're shown is what a male reproductive system is, what is a female reproductive system, and we just told how this works, yeah, blah blah blah. That's it. This is not sex education. This is just not sex education. When as a society are we going to address that these things occur? It's okay to feel, excited or whatever, but there is a place for that, and there is thing known as a consent. you know our society does not understand this word consent, even anywhere, like even with strangers or even in marriages. That's the reality. So I wanted to, you know I want to talk about, like, what I wish we would do as people. I have a younger brother, right? And I, time and again, have told him, like, this is what being a woman is like, like these are the things that women face, and it's so common. And you should not misbehave with any of your friends that are girls, because I really wish that we I can do like my some part. I can do some part in this society. I can contribute in a certain way. I think it is high time that we educate the boys of the society, be it men, be it father, be it husband, be it our boyfriends, be it our younger brothers, on how to actually conduct themselves around girls. I think this is really, really important, because I don't know what is going to happen to our society. Honestly, these cases, these incidents, they've been on a rise, and I really, I do not know, if I feel safe anymore. I mean, I never feel safe, but I don't feel safer. I feel even worse as the day goes by, and as life progresses. So I really hope that we can change that.